What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Two Guys 1 Week podcast. My name is Tyler Plackey, and I will be your host this evening. And alongside me today, as usual, he can be found at the racetrack. He can no longer be seen buying diapers. My co-host, Mr. Dr. Professor Alex Smith.
Hello, howdy. That was a good one.
Thank you. I actually wrote that one out in advance, so I didn't forget it. Because you're at the races this week, and your kid isn't in diapers anymore, and you are Mr. Dr. Professor. So,
yes, sir.
For those of you that don't know. So real quick before we get started to everybody, just a quick reminder, if you haven't listened to us before, this is an adult podcast. We may use foul language, talk about adult topics, and overall not really care if people like us or agree with us. So if any of this offends you in any way, shape, or form, please go find another podcast to listen to. Thank you guys, and that is it.
You're welcome.
And Alex, we're back. We're in episode 6.
That's crazy. It feels like
episode 6, dude. That's crazy. We're actually getting an okay amount of views on some of our episodes. Nothing too wild yet, nothing out there, but hopefully as these videos, I'm going to start doing some work, so, yeah.
All right. Oh, so topics we got for this week. We got our general 1 week segment about what we did throughout the week. We're going to talk about March Madness, Week 16, Elite 8, which the last game is going on as we record. And then we're going to predict the Final Four, what happens there. Mm-hmm. Other college basketball news. We're going to go with college baseball headlines again. And then Tyler's famous...
You're shitting me?
Situation of the week. And then some other tidbits that we found interesting throughout the week.
So, should we segue right into our 1 week segment, Alex? What do you think?
Let's do it. What you got this week?
Fuck, I had a pretty good week this week, actually. A couple late nights at work due to weather. Weather's kind of kept us there a little bit later than I was expecting, but that's okay. Got to work over at the high school this week, which was fun. Got to hang out with high school baseball. And so I haven't even told you this yet because I wanted to save this for the podcast to get your reaction. So Friday, I'm working at the high school that I'm covering, and they're getting ready to have a scrimmage. Sorry, this was Saturday. This was Friday. They're getting ready to have a scrimmage. And I go out, and they're setting a screen up behind home plate. There's a coach sitting back there, so I'm like, hey, man. I was like, you mind if I steal some air from you? He goes, no, that's fine. Hop in. And he's like, hey, you want a chair? I'm like, nah, I don't need a chair. I'm good. I'll stand. So kind of standing behind home plate for a while watching the scrimmage, which was fun. Team's going to be okay this year. I think they'll be decent, but we'll see. Anyways, he and I are just sitting there talking baseball because I'm a baseball guy, and he obviously seems to be like a baseball guy. But we're sitting there and we're talking. As we talk, you can just tell when someone's like a dude that knows baseball. Mm-hmm. Like he just like knows the intricacies of baseball. Yeah. I'm talking with this guy, and I'm like, okay, this dude like knows baseball. And so we just somehow get on the subject, and he's like, okay, where'd you go to school? I'm like, I was at Franklin. I played baseball. He goes, oh, it's cool. I go, yeah. I said, what'd you do for baseball? He goes, I'm from Terre Haute, and played baseball there, and then went on and played at University of Kentucky for 5 years. I was like, interesting. And I was like, and what's your name? And I'm sitting, because I knew his first name. His first name is TJ. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to do, like, the math in my head, right? I'm like, okay, who is this I'm talking to? Because this dude seems familiar. So we get done with this, and we talk, and he's super just cool, and we're talking about, like, I was like, oh, when were you there? He's there from, like, 2017 to 2022, I think is when he said, because he had that COVID year, so he got a 5th year. So he was there in the SEC at, like, the worst possible time to be in the SEC. That's back when Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, and Ole Miss all won natties in 3 of the 4 years that he was there. So they were, like, it was really good SEC, like, more than normal. But so we get done with practice, and I go home, and I'm like, okay, I need to figure out who this guy is. So I go into Kentucky's roster from, like, 2020 or 2019. And you remember the name TJ Collette?
It sounds familiar.
Dude, he hit fucking bombs at Kentucky, dude. He had like 40 career home runs there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. So I text my buddy, the one that we met down in Cincinnati, the one who's the baseball scout. I was like, hey, does this name sound familiar to you? He goes, yeah, he played at Kentucky. Dude hit nukes. I was like, yeah, I was just hanging out with him for like 3 hours. He goes, yeah, I heard he's a cool dude. Yeah, he was pretty cool. So, yeah. While I was covering baseball this week, I also got to, so Alex, have you heard of the Smackin' brand brand of
Yes.
sunflower seeds.
Yep.
So very expensive seeds for those of you that don't know, much more than regular brand like David or like Biggs or something. But they have a new flavor called jalapeno cheddar, and that was like a definite 8.5 out of 10. Like it was really good, honestly. I don't like the taste of pepper. I like spice. I like when peppers are cooked in for the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the flavor and the texture of just, like biting into a pepper.
Yeah.
Dude, these were good. These were like really good.
Colt bought some a while back. It wasn't those, but it
Did he?
was the same brand, and they were pretty good.
They have like that cinnamon churro one. They've got all sorts of cool flavors that I've tried. I've tried that one. What are the other ones that they've got a ton? Let's look these up real quick. Hang on. All right, we're gonna look this up for you guys real quick. This kind of stuff you guys get here. So, smacking sunflower seeds. Their flavors are. Whenever my here we go. So we have sour cream and onion. What?
That might have been the one that we tried.
Okay, sunflower seeds. So they have backyard barbecue, which I've tried and was good. Cheddar jalapeno, which was good. Garlic parm, I've tried, was good. Never tried dill pickle. I'm not going to try. I don't like dill pickle. Sour cream and onion, ranch, original, cinnamon churro, which I've had and was good. Lemon pepper, cracked pepper, and maple brown sugar. Dude, I bet the lemon pepper would be fire. If we're being honest, lemon pepper seeds would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, but we got to try those. Those were good. I got to hit live this week at school. When I was in school, one of the coaches got pitching live, and I was like, "Hey, let me step in." So, Alex, what do you think I did? How did me facing live pitching for the first time in 4 years go?
Did you have multiple at bats or just one?
One at bat, and no, I didn't get to warm up or anything. I got a couple dry swings on deck to time up.
Ground out the short.
Line drive base hit to left field.
Let's go. I knew it was going to be that side.
Yep. So I'm a left-handed hitter. So it got, for those of you who don't know, I hit left-handed. So here's how it went. So he started off with he tried to throw me a curveball, 0-0, and he didn't throw it very well. So went to 1-0 pretty quick. Threw me a fastball out. Went to 2-0. Threw me a backdoor curveball that wasn't a strike, but they called it a strike. But whatever. So 2-1 count. Throws me an inside fastball I turned on, but just missed. Got to 2-2. And then from there, he threw me an outside curveball again that I just stayed through and just hit a nice base hit into left field. It was a rocket, too. It hit it really nice.
Why are they throwing you curveballs?
I don't know, but I can hit them.
Just tell them, you should have told them to throw you a knuckleball.
I can't hit those. You would know. So, we also played wiffle ball one day because it was raining. So I was all-time pitcher in wiffle ball. Struck out a lot of kids. Let up one home run, but it was only because it went into the basket. We counted those as home runs. Planning on a cool fishing trip coming up in the next couple weeks, going with my cousin's soon-to-be fiance. We're going up there and going fishing for a weekend in 2 weeks, so that'll be really fun. So I'll get to talk about that on that episode. That'll be on episode 8. I'll get to talk about that.
Hey.
Yep. Old Bonesy and I are playing golf on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Yep. So the day this comes out, I'll be out on the golf course probably when most of you guys are listening to this. So think of me. I'll be hunting for my ball in the trees.
Is he coming up or are you going down?
He's coming up. We're playing out here. I told him if he drove up here, I'd buy his tee time.
That would get me there.
Mm-hmm. I try to get you to come up, but you have to work. Loser.
I want to take off Wednesday really bad.
You should.
Jack Leiter pitches on Wednesday. Kumar Rocker pitches tomorrow, so Monday, the 31st, is Major League debut.
That's cool.
But we have baseball practice.
Yep. A couple other things I did this week. Made a couple great steaks, really good steaks. It's nice baked potatoes. Olivia's on a baked potato kick right now. We had more baked potatoes tonight. Obviously, a little podcast setup improvements. You guys can see the microphone arm if you're watching. If you're not watching, this is your cue to go watch. Videos available on Spotify and on YouTube. Bought a spice rack. Got to organize my spices, get them out of the spice cabinet. And so I got to tell Olivia, hey, since there's all space in the spice cabinet now because they're all on the rack, I can buy more spices. But she told me, hell no. Got one more cool story for you in a minute, but I'm going to do the other two real quick. So I worked soccer this weekend. Worked soccer. So yesterday was Saturday on the day of recording. So worked soccer on Saturday and got to finally reset my first ever joint dislocation.
Ooh.
Had a kid dislocate his thumb, popped it right back into. So this is the third dislocation I've gotten to work, but only the first one I've been able to put back. So the first one, it was right when I started my job, and I was working. We were covering a scrimmage between the schools, and myself and the other athletic trainer. Her and I both tried. Neither of us could get it back. Like, dude, we were pulling and could not get that sucker out. It was just stuck. So that one failed, and then like 4 weeks later, one of my kids dislocated his. I think it was his ring finger. So if you guys are watching, he dislocated it here at the second joint, right here, and so he's coming off. He has football glove on. He's like, Tyler, and he's just holding up. He's not freaking out. He's like, Tyler, I need it put back in. And he's running off, and I'm like, okay. And he pulls off his glove, and I look at it, and while he pulled off his glove, he put it back himself by accident. So I was like, oh. So that sucked. Went out fishing today. Right before we're actually on some nice storms right now, so we may hear sirens in a bit. We're under tornado watch, but we bull. Was out fishing, and this video will be on social media. I was actually on the phone with my mom at the time, and I was out topwater fishing and got hammered on a buzzbait by about a 2 or 2.5 pound bass. So I will be sure to post that on our social medias, so you guys will be able to enjoy that one. So, and then the last one. So here's a cool story after from the week. It actually starts last week. So I bought over the winter. Academy Sports and Outdoors had a really good deal. Had huge clearance on fishing, and they had what's called the Berkeley Coal Shad, and I got the 8-inch size. It's a 2 3/8, I think, or 2 5/8 ounce lure. It's a big swim bait. It was normally like $15. I got for like $5 at Academy. Great freaking deal. But I was out fishing it last week. I was throwing on my big rod because obviously you need a big rod to throw a big lure. And I go to cast it out for it's like my 12th or 15th cast. I've been fishing a little bit. And somehow my line, I'm running braid on it, gets wrapped around an eyelet. And so it stops. Obviously, the line can't go out any further, but it pops my knot, and I lose the lure. So I watch this thing fly off into, Kingdom Come. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, there's my lure. I barely got to fish it. So, like, the last week I've been out fishing, and I watched it and kind of knew where it landed. And so I was okay, but it was like 25 foot out, and it was at the bottom. I was like, shit, dude. I was kind of mad, but I was always looking for it. So last night, Saturday evening, I go out fishing, and I'm out throwing throwing my spinning rod with a little spinnerbait on it, just trying to fish finesse. And I'm noticing, I'm out for about the first minute, I'm like, man, the water's like really weirdly clear tonight. Like 35, 40 foot out, I could see the bottom of the water. So it was just glass, which is weird for our ponds. So I was like, wait, I got an idea. So I walk around the corner and go back to where I think I lost the lure and start searching. And I finally see this little white thing in the water. I'm like, okay, I wonder if that's it. So I throw my lure out, let it sink, kind of drag that spinner across the bottom, and I get it to hit, and I see it hit it, and I'm like, no way, that's it, because I can tell by the way it moves. It wasn't paper or anything else. It wasn't a fucking rock. It was like, okay, that's like a soft plastic. So I fucking kind of mark where I'm at on the ground. Like, okay, here's where it is. Book it inside. Get my a casting combo, and then throw on a weighted swim bait, a cheap swim bait that's weighted with some treble hooks, and in 2 casts catch my lure back, and I have it back now to fish. So fucking big hype to there.
Attaboy.
So that's really, that's been my week. It's kind of a long week, I know, but been up to some shit. So Alex, what'd you do this last week?
So Monday was my birthday, so didn't really do a whole lot.
Happy birthday, today's a special day. Happy birthday, now blow the flame away.
Thank you. Didn't really do a whole lot. Went out to eat for lunch and dinner. And
what'd you get?
Lunch, we went to Wild Mike's, which if you're in the Cincinnati area, please go because the wings are so good.
Okay.
I went there with my dad and Tucker, and then for dinner, so baseball season started Monday also for high school.
Okay.
So we went to practice, and then we went to, it's called Hoosier Ice House. Sponsor us, maybe.
Ooh, get us some free shirts.
There we go. And we went there for dinner after practice, so nothing crazy, but time spent with the fam, so that was good. And then, obviously, like I said, it's start of high school baseball season, so for those of you that don't know, my brother's a freshman this year, and
woo,
the varsity coach asked my dad to be the freshman coach.
Hmm.
So to coach that team, and then I am technically a volunteer assistant, but I'm usually just with the freshmen, so I'm kind of like an assistant coach for
There you go.
my dad and my brother's team. So
That's fun.
that's been fun. We've been working all winter, but now Monday was the official start. So when we got our first
Oh, boy.
game, Thursday the 3rd, I believe.
Okay. Sure.
And I also have an update. I got gas this week, and I hit double zeros. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I took a picture of everything, so I had
Yep. I
proof.
think you sent it to me.
I think I did. I got proof.
Yep. Just in case send it to me, we'll post it out on the Instagram for everyone, the Twitter for everyone to see.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
have
get like a
proof.
selfie with it to.
Oh yeah, I should have.
Oh, you gotta start videoing it when you go, just so you can prove that. I did it. I swear I did it.
There'd be a ton of those videos because I get gas a lot.
Yeah, I know. You drove us to and from St. Louis. We stopped 5 times.
I know when you drove, did we even stop?
Yeah, we had to stop. I mean, I can get there and back, but it's like running on fumes, so we stopped on the way back.
Yeah. Other than that, Friday I took Tucker fishing.
Hmm.
I
Did you
called
catch any
you.
fish?
I called you on one of them. I caught 2.
Okay.
One was weird. One was fine, and then I had a third one that I got 85% reeled in, and it fell off.
Oh, dude, Friday's the day that I went fishing too, and I got skunked for like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, so I won Friday.
Dude, I counted on my thing. I trekked 4 miles that day walking around ponds. It didn't even get nibbled.
That's wild. I walked around a little pond
I was ready to crash out.
in the middle of town.
I was
But
about to fucking crash out.
but the first one that was weird is the one this is the one I called you about.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reeling it in because I don't even know what that's called. What is that minnow looking one
I don't know.
called?
You have to show me it.
Yeah, I have to show you. I don't know.
Is it a fluke or
All I know
paddle
is
steel swim bait?
it's got 2 hooks on it that are like 3 hooks on each one. Like they like fan out. And
Is it a
like
swim bait?
and it looks like a minnow. I think so.
Maybe you have a jerk bait. I don't know.
Well,
Anywho.
when I reel it in, it looks like it swims, so maybe it is a swim bait.
Okay.
Either way, I was reeling it in, and I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to make sure Tucker wasn't running away.
Or drowning.
And, yeah. So, I thought I caught some. I thought I just hit the ground. I thought it, like, kind of went down to the bottom and caught a rock or something, because I was close to the edge. And then it, like, pulled, so I was like, okay. So I started reeling it in. And then I see it flop, like, out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the heck is going on? So I reeled it in, and I caught it, like, right by its, like, fin up top.
Sometimes you just snag them. It happens, especially if you got treble hooks on. You just fucking
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's
That's
But I was
kind of
like-
hooks he had. But
I was like, what the heck?
I did that to a bluegill last year. I took his eye out by accident on a crankbait.
There you go.
I
But yeah, it
feel
was right
pretty
on
bad about
top.
that.
Made it easy to take out, but I was like,
Oh,
all
well.
right. Sorry, bub. Tucker wanted me to put it on his pole.
The fish?
Yeah, he wanted me to stick it on his, I guess. I don't know.
Did you
He
tell
said,
that's
"Put it
not
on
how
here."
fishing works?
Yeah. We don't do that.
You have to catch them, nerd.
And then the second one I caught was normal. I was just fishing down the side, trying to go with the current because it was really windy, and it actually worked out.
There you go.
Saturday was so yesterday, as we're recording on Sunday,
Yes.
was actually super busy. So Saturday morning we went and varsity had a scrimmage, and so my dad and I wanted our freshman kids to go watch their pregame like in and out just to see how they do it.
Sure.
So
Everyone
we
does.
went, watched a little bit of that, and then me and Tucker left a little early, and the Lawrenceburg Speedway had open practice.
Ooh.
So anybody that wanted to come and, like, I guess, tune up their cars and do whatever, were
Sure.
able to. And it was free admission, so me and Tuck, we parked in the back stretch. And
Back where we parked when we went.
Yep. Watched them for a couple hours, so that was fun. Tucker got to sit in one of the winged sprint cars, so that was cool, too.
Do you have a picture of that?
I do have a picture of that.
Oh, boy.
We can post that.
Oh, yeah, we may have to post that one out there.
Tucker was super excited. And then that night we had a bowling fundraiser for the baseball program. And
Nice.
I bowled a PB,
What'd you bowl, 84?
183.
Oh, boy. All right.
I had like 4 strikes in a row, like 7, 8, 9, and the first one on 10.
Oh, boy.
So you could say I'm going pro. So any of the bowling brands, they
Watch
wanna,
out, ladies.
Yeah, they
He's
want
a
to
good
sponsor. It's all in the fingers. Um,
Love it.
Also this week I did so Sam's Club. There's a viral thing on TikTok if you've ever seen it. There's surami or whatever it's called, like imitation crab. Like it looks like if you pulled crab out
Yeah.
of the legs. It was frozen and it was super cheap at Sam's Club, but I've had it for a while and I've decided to grill it over the weekend.
Sure, as one does.
So I put it on the grill and I melted butter and put like a chili lime seasoning that I had in the butter, mixed it, and then basted it.
Okay.
Oh,
Grilled crab is an interesting thing. I've never heard of that.
I know. I was just telling my stepmom. I said, we're going to try this. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll try it, see how it goes. It
Is
was
it
really
next
good.
Gordon Ramsay?
Maybe. No, I'm just kidding.
So, did you grill it on like a normal grill or on like a flat iron?
Normal.
Oh, okay. So, I had like the grill marks and everything.
Yep.
Interesting.
It was good.
Nice.
I have a picture.
Very nice.
Well, I kind of have a picture of it. I'll show you.
Okay.
And then today, me and Colt went to the Reds game.
Mm-hmm.
Sat in this almost the same spot we sat, but we were row.
Oh, and we
were
got
row A.
rained on?
Yep.
Okay. How was that?
They lost. They sold my parlay.
Did you say the Reds lost, Alex?
Yeah, that happens.
I've been waiting to use that sound effect for something.
Sorry we didn't start the season with the Twins.
Hey, we're 3-0, bub.
Sorry we didn't start the season with the Twins. But before the game started, I put in a parlay just to see. It was like the over-under was 8, which I don't know why it wasn't 8.5 or 7.5. It was 8.
That is odd. I agree.
So I
that's a
chose the
weird one.
under because the first two games were. I guess the first one was 6-3, but I thought it was going to be under. And then I had the Reds scoring more than 1.5, and the Giants ended up winning. Well, there's a no-hitter through 4 innings for both teams. Nothing happened for 4 innings.
Sounds like a traditional Reds game. Not much going on.
No. But, yeah, obviously it didn't happen. I think they lost 6-3, so that parlay didn't hit. I was close. Me and Colt, the cash out was up to like $26, and I told him if it hit 30, I was just going to go ahead and cash out.
How much did you put into it?
It was 7 to win 73.
Oh, you should have cashed out, dude. You were up almost 4 times.
Right. I told Colt, I said, if it hits 30, I'll do it. And I had it sitting in the cup holder.
Yeah.
And I said, if one looks like it's going out, I'm going to hurry up and cash out and try to beat the system. So I think it was Blake Dunn hit one to the wall, and I saw it go up, and I thought it was going out. So I tried to hurry up. I hit cash out, and it had a confirm that I didn't know I had to confirm. And so it took it away, like it locked it in the middle of the ball in the air. Luckily, it didn't go out, so it was fine. But yeah, obviously.
Did you cash it out at all or no?
No, I lost it all.
What? Aww.
Yeah, there was a play at third. Giants stole.
Yeah.
It was at, I think that's when it was at 26, and then when they confirmed him safe, it dropped down to like 12.
I mean, I still probably would have taken the 12 at that point.
It was cool how live it was. Like it was immediate. Like,
Oh, it's very live.
ball was in the air and they locked the.
So it is extremely
Cash out.
live. They don't screw around in Vegas.
I see that. So
They want their money.
It was still cool to kind of follow that
Sure.
along with the game, and then a couple fantasy players I had that were playing both hit a home run, so
Oh boy.
helping in fantasy baseball a little bit at least.
Oh boy.
But other than that, that's. I mean, I kind of had a busy week this week as well.
Yeah. Look at that. We actually had to talk about our weeks for once. And fucking.
I know.
We talked about our weeks quite a bit last week, but I mean, that was just kind of stuff we did together. Now you and I are actually doing things right now. This is good for us.
Yeah. Back to nothing this week though. School's back in session.
But, me too. Cause I'm on spring break, so I mean, I'll have a little bit, but I also work all next weekend, which is dumb. But I need money, so.
I can update on practice
Ooh.
in our first game.
PFPs. You want to talk about all the PFPs you're doing?
I ran them through very slowly. PFP Madness the other day.
How'd that go?
Not great. It wasn't bad.
Anyone get hurt?
Yeah, one kid got hit in the ankle, and he was mad.
Hang on.
It was the part where like it was a hard line comebacker, and he had to throw it to second.
Sure.
And I guess he tried to like stab at it going down like this instead of flipping his glove.
No.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I guess they were mumbling that I was hitting it too hard.
Nice.
They would have pooped their pants if they seen the way Marshall hit them.
Yeah, Marshall used to fucking smoke them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anything else you did this week, Alex?
That's it. That's all I got.
Alrighty.
Where are we at next? March Madness.
Ooh.
All right, so jumping right in. Is that your second one that you had?
That's my second one, the drum roll. That's a pretty good one, isn't it? I had to think these all on my own this week.
I don't know if the viewers know, but you got like 2 open buttons on your soundboard that you try to switch out every week.
So let's explain the soundboard real quick. So everyone watching, here's the soundboard. You can see it. So light button, voice change, which I don't really mess with. I mean, I guess
I can, but it's kind of weird.
Especially when I do like the woman's voice.
Anywho, and then so the 4 buttons I have. So A is our intro and outro music. C is the you're shitting me music, and so I get B and D. I can kind of do whatever I want with. So I kind of wish I had more buttons, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. That's why That's why he likes to use those. He
I like my buttons.
changes them.
Yeah, I spent $40 on this thing. I'm going to use it.
I don't blame you. But back into our March Madness, since we're deep into it. Sweet 16 power rankings in order before it started.
This came out on last Tuesday or Wednesday, so this is before the first day of the Sweet 16 games.
Yeah, so first to last, we're going Duke, Houston, Florida, Auburn, which likely, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas Tech, Michigan State, Arizona, Maryland, Kentucky, BYU, Michigan, Purdue, Ole Miss, Arkansas.
Honestly, I think those held pretty true throughout the week, if we're being honest.
I'm gonna say, how do we think that held up? Which I think is pretty. Ole Miss probably could have bumped up a few.
Yeah, they played pretty good. Who'd they even play in the Sweet 16? They get Auburn.
Maybe.
Yeah, they had Auburn. That's right, they had Auburn.
But
or they have Michigan State.
They put up. Might have Michigan State. They put up a fight though. Hold on, let me put it up.
Yep,
I know that they played really well.
Yeah, they did play very well.
Obviously, your number 1 seeds and stuff.
At least they didn't have as many points as BYU.
Oh my! I bet I put a parlay on that day's games, like the 4 of them, and I put the under on that game. And Alabama. Yeah. Alabama almost hit the under, or almost hit the over.
They were close, dude.
On their own.
113 points. And they still let up 89 to BYU.
Yeah, that's wild.
There was no defense played in that game. Like, imagine scoring 89 points and still losing by, 14? Like, bro, what? That's crazy.
Played Michigan State.
Okay, that's right. Because Auburn played... I'm trying to think through my list here.
Michigan.
That's right. They played Michigan. Yep. Too bad there's no Michigan State game in the Elite Eight. That'd have been sick.
That'd have been cool.
So, Alex, do you want to run us through our Sweet 16, our Elite Eight on our bracket, our TGOW bracket, on how we're doing? I think we're actually doing pretty... all of our teams are still in, are they not?
Didn't we have I think we had St. John's.
Did we? Darn.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week. St. John's was our only Final Four team not in.
Okay. Alex, you let me know if you want the drum roll played, because I will play it for you. My hand is on the button.
Let her rip. Okay. So our Final Four is Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston.
How are we doing on that?
They are all still in, I believe. Oh, wait.
Did we pick all 1 seeds? No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
I thought we had Alabama.
That's who's in.
So only one seeds made it to the Final Four?
Yeah.
No.
Auburn beat Michigan State. That was just now.
Oh my
Florida
God.
beat Texas Tech. Duke beat Alabama, and Houston beat Tennessee.
Oh my God.
So yeah. Okay, so we had Auburn and yeah. Rick beat
Is Auburn the one we had right?
Yeah, why am I St. John's? I don't know why I blanked them.
Okay.
And then we had Alabama and Tennessee. So we got one. My bad.
Okay.
It's
so
it's one of those things like if you have a teacher that gives you a test that's all answer C's and you start to question yourself after 3 of them.
Mhm.
You don't want all 4 1 seeds because you're like, that's not going to happen.
that never happened.
So
I can't remember the last time this has happened. This is crazy. So here's a question for you then. So all the 1 seeds left. So what's our Final Four matchup here?
Auburn, Florida, and Duke
Okay.
and Houston.
So, I mean, is it time to just make our picks?
Yeah, we can go ahead.
So, first game. What's our first game?
Auburn and Florida.
Okay. What do you think?
I am thinking Florida.
Do you think Florida's going to beat Auburn? Interesting.
Think
I'm going to
so.
stick. I'm going to stick with Auburn. I think so. I think Auburn's a finals team this year. Dude, whatever happened on that flight? I'm telling you, it switched that team around, dude. Whatever happened on that flight?
Yeah, I gotta go with Florida.
That's fine. And the other game is what? Duke.
Duke and Houston.
That's going to be a banging ball game, dude. That's going to be a ridiculous ball game,
Duke
for
has
being honest.
dominated every game except for the Sweet 16, but that was 193.
Yeah.
They beat Alabama by 20 today and held them to 65.
That's fair. Houston has looked good, though, too. They played Tennessee, and they trounced Tennessee today.
19. Beat Purdue by 2. Beat Gonzaga by 5.
Mhm.
And then beat SIUE by 38.
A lot.
So that should be a good game.
Yeah, that ought to be the game.
That
I think
that
I
probably
think
should
that's
be
the national championship.
That should probably be the national championship.
I think who wins that? So I think between Duke and
Houston.
Jesus Christ. I think whoever wins that wins. Actually, okay, so if Duke gets into the finals, I think Duke wins. If Auburn gets in, they have to play Houston to win. And so it's either Duke is going to win it or Auburn or Houston. I don't think Florida wins it this year. I still think it's their year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Duke's just a powerhouse right now, which I hate to
Yeah.
say it, but
Yeah,
Houston's
so-
really good too. So I don't.
Yeah.
It depends on. I think whoever wins that game will win it.
So I saw a tweet today about fucking Houston basketball. It said Houston basketball is 2 dudes who look like they could start in the NBA right now, and 3 linebackers from their football team. I was like, honestly, I mean, dude, they just beat the shit out of each other.
All right, so the stats behind our whole bracket,
Okay.
because we did it on ESPN, the
Yeah.
ESPN Fantasy app.
Woo.
Our rank is 17 millionth.
Oh
Our percentage is 32.7%.
Oh shit.
We have 700 points, but our max is 1180. So we still have some points to go.
Yeah, we got some points still. I mean, if we picked Auburn winning it, right?
Yeah.
So if Auburn wins, that's a lot of points for us still.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason why we still have that many points
Yeah.
left over. Not terrible.
Yeah.
Kind of bad. Could be worse.
Okay, to be fair though, this is the first year in so long where there hasn't been like that Cinderella team that's done anything. I mean, when your Cinderella team is coached by John Calipari, that's a problem because he's not like a Cinderella coach. Like that dude's always been good in March, and his teams have always been good in March, except for the couple years Kentucky got shit on. But we can talk about that because St. Peter's in Oakland. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the last time all 4 1 seeds made it, and the Elite Eight was all 4 1s, 3 2 seeds, and the 3 seed that probably should have been a 2 seed is wild. I mean, this was just, and again, NIL has ruined college basketball. And this is proving it right here that the universities that can spend the most money and get the best players are just going to win, and there's no Cinderella story anymore. Because all these guys that go to, they play 2 or 3 years at whatever small school they get recruited to out of high school, then they get, and they put up good numbers, and they get paid $2 million to go play somewhere else, and they're gone. They don't get to carry their team for their last season to make a big win.
Right. Yeah, I was talking to my dad about that earlier.
Yeah.
You have your guy, like, say, your dude from Oakland that went off.
Yeah.
Duke sees him, goes, "Hey, come on over."
Like, are you just gonna stay at Oakland? Like, no.
Right.
Like, if Duke's calling your name, you're gonna go to Duke. Like, it's Duke basketball.
Yeah. On the bright side, we are beating Tucker's bracket, so.
Let's go! We're beating the 3-year-olds bracket.
Yeah.
Let's go!
He also had Clemson winning just because that's Colts high school team's logo.
So going back to the I guess this was the Sweet 16, wasn't it? Yeah. Maybe it was around to 30. No, it was around to 32. So this was after we recorded the last episode. Maryland played Colorado State. I guess, did we talk about this last episode? Did we talk about Derek Queen traveling?
Yeah.
Pretty sure we did.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just skip that. Never mind.
He traveled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He traveled. Big fucking time. And I guess Ball didn't like, because then they got absolutely smacked. So, Yep.
What about Caleb Love versus Oregon?
Dude, he popped off. So I'm going to pull up his stats real quick. Because I think he had like 28 or 29 points. What do you have? He was like 20 or 29 points. And he almost had a triple-double, didn't he? He was close to a triple-double.
9 rebounds, 7 assists, yeah.
Okay. So it says 5 for 7 from 3. Okay. That's, yeah. So Caleb Love does what he does. And too bad he couldn't beat Duke.
I don't know the stats on the Duke game, but he had like 30 points against Duke also.
Oh, did he really? Jeez.
Yeah.
That man just does not like Duke. It doesn't matter where he's playing at. He does not like Duke.
I mean, that's for a lot of the country.
Yep. And then final topic underneath March Madness. And then, Alex, I'm going to take a real quick break, and then we'll be right back. But you guys, as viewers and listeners, shouldn't really even notice anything. But women's March Madness, we're going to go over to the women's national championship tournament, show them some love. Number 5 Alabama was playing number 4 Maryland and was leading them 62-45. So a few mathematicians out there, that is 17 points with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the third quarter. The final score after double overtime, Maryland, who is down 62-45 with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter, won 111-108.
Oh my!
You want to talk about laying an egg?
From basically the fourth quarter to 3 different quarters, which I guess are 2 overtime shorter, scored almost the same amount as they had at that mark.
They scored more. They scored more. They had 111. That's crazy. That's wow. Yeah,
I mean, they almost scored as many points as they did total up until that the end of the game.
Yep. I mean, dude. Talk about just laying an egg. I don't have words. Sorry, guys. I know this is a podcast, and we're supposed to sit here and talk, and we're supposed to communicate, and this is entertainment, and we sound like NPR. But I have no words for this, dude. How do you blow a 17-point lead? Here, Alabama. I love that sound. I figured it was funny. So, but yeah, we're going to take a real quick break, everybody, and we will be right back, but you won't even notice. All right, we're back from our break. I've got my popcorn. Alex has a tornado warning. Fun stuff. But we're Midwesterners. Fuck it. We bull. Anywho, so obviously the title of this episode is going to come into play right here, and we've already talked about it. But the NIL and transfer portal has ruined college basketball. And Alex, have you seen the IU roster as of current?
I seen Colt sent me a graphic where there was one guy left, other than like walk-ons, and then
Yeah, we have
10
no
mi-
one.
Then 10 minutes later, sent me another thing that he was entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, Bryson Tucker was the last one, and then he entered the transfer portal too.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not
So-
gonna be the last
Yeah,
one here.
so IU's gone. IU has nobody. That's fine. We're gonna hit the portal. I think DeVry's gonna do good. Got a couple guys coming in. But big news that came out actually today. Former Indiana high school basketball player and now also former Kansas basketball player Flory Badunga, who was the number 3 recruit in his class, a 5-star guard or big man, has announced he is going to be entering the transfer portal, or that he has entered the transfer portal. And fun fact, his current girlfriend is in a sorority at Indiana University.
Oh, I heard about that earlier.
So, do we get Flory? That'd be a big pickup.
It'd be nice.
That'd be very nice. So there's a lot of talk about guys in the portal that we might get. I know there's a couple guys coming on visits this week. The guy from Iowa is going to be down. I can't remember everyone's name. So I know that's. Oh, dude, we have to go back a second. I just remember this. This was what I want to talk about. So it was the Houston Purdue game. Did you see the ending to that?
Yeah.
So we're both IU fans, right? We both hate Purdue, correct?
Yeah.
Can we agree that that was a foul on Houston and that should have been Purdue ball?
I would say yes, but how many refs are going to call that? Like,
That was a pretty blatant push off.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anywho, back to the transfer portal.
But hold on, that inbounds play after was one of the best inbounds plays I've ever seen in my life.
That was gross. Purdue didn't know what hit them. They didn't have a chance.
No. Okay, carry on.
So mid-tournament, Michigan guard Justin Pippen, who is the son of former NBA legend Scottie Pippen, announced he will be entering the transfer portal while his team is getting ready to play in the Sweet 16. What the hell, dude? Right? Like, what are you doing? Wait till after the season.
Does he play?
I guess not.
I said I would hope not. If he's like, yeah, I'm going to transfer, but I'll still be the starter.
But if you're going to do that, do you just get benched? I mean, does Dusty May bench him? Say, no, you have no shot at playing now, regardless of the score?
I wouldn't even put him on the bench.
No. And that also brings up the question of, should the portal be closed until after the season's over?
Yes.
I believe so.
Because college kids aren't smart enough, obviously, right here.
No, they're not. Moving through the transfer portal, another big one came up. San Diego State freshman Magoon Gwath, he was the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year out of the Mountain West, has entered the transfer portal. Averaged 8.5 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks per game. Is he a power forward worthy player, or does he kind of stay in the G5? And it's not like he put up humongous numbers in the Mountain West.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Points is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I could see him doing something in a P4.
I mean, could he end up being at, like, a Penn State?
Oh, yeah.
Or Northwestern, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, let's see.
Well, you're
New
never going to make the tournament.
Nope, never. New Mexico guard Donovan Dent, who is the Mountain West Player of the Year, has also entered the portal. He's a 6'2 junior who averaged 20.6 points per game and 6.4 assists per game and shot 41% from 3. Coach Darian DeVry, I know you're listening to this because who doesn't listen to this podcast?
Correct.
So, Coach DeVry, first off, welcome to IU. But second off, please offer this guy money. 41% from 3 would play. I'd be happy with that.
Get in contact with Mark. Tell him to throw some money his way. Bring him over here.
Yep. So, speaking of the transfer portal and NIL, here's how it has started. So, this is the third year of the transfer portal and NIL. It started in 2023. That was the 22-23 season was the first time it was enacted. In 2023, on opening day of the transfer portal, approximately 175 players entered the transfer portal, okay? In 2024, that number was 291. In 2025, I got this on the day it opened, which I don't remember what day that was, but before the day was over 700 athletes had entered the transfer portal.
This is crazy.
Why? 700 players. To do what? Go from WKU to Oakland? Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can't that wait?
That's what I'm thinking. Is like nobody has it in them anymore to stay and like build the program. Like,
No.
oh, this team was pretty good last year. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there now.
Yeah.
You got people now that use their 5th year and they're like Joe Schmo, UC, Xavier, North UNC, Duke, and then Oakland 5th year. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to
Yep.
staying all 4 years, or like obviously if you get like good NBA, but like what happened to staying all 4 years with your school,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe like a
It's
grad
gone.
year? I
Dude, it's
know,
gone. They have ruined college basketball completely. Absolutely ruined it. It's horrible.
dumb.
Yeah. That's all I had really for the transfer portal wise. So
Let's talk about coaches.
okay.
So some that have been fired or moved. University of Texas has announced head coach Rodney Terry has been fired after this past atrocious season.
They were horrible.
Atrocious season is wild considering they did make it to the tournament.
Not really.
Kind of. Better than you. Got farther than
Yeah.
you.
Other than that,
I don't. I mean, I guess expectations are high. And
yeah,
why you
that's
could
school
call
like
it
Texas.
Yeah, that's why you could have called it an atrocious season. I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Villanova announced that Richard Pitino, son of Rick Pitino, as his next head coach. They will now face off in the Big East. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That they're both in the Big East now.
Those could be some fun games.
Imagine those tickets prices.
At least $15 a ticket. At least.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not coaches, but I really
Yeah.
like this.
Yep.
Roger Ayers, he's a referee. He acted like he was cleaning a wet spot in the Liberty versus Oregon game. It was like 50 seconds left, and he blew the whistle and kind of squeaked his shoes and helped the guy up, let him get in. Is
Let
this
a
the
Liberty
greatest
kid
move
get
of all
in?
time?
That was a
Ref
pretty good
of all
move.
time?
I mean, here's the thing. That's a kid who's probably in his senior years last year. They were down a ton, and the coach was trying to get him in the game to let say, hey, go play in the March Madness so you can say you did it. That's pretty cool in the ref to recognize that situation and just stop the play for a second.
Yeah. Not all refs, but usually refs are too about themselves or like the game's going. Like I can't just do that.
Yeah,
When-
I agree.
Like who's gonna be mad about that?
No one.
Right.
Not a person was mad about that.
If you are, get out.
Get out! So, Alex, after the UConn loss in the round of 32 to number 1 seed Florida, the NCAA and Raleigh Police Department Raleigh, North Carolina, have launched an investigation into the UConn athletic department. Coach Dan Hurley was caught on video ranting about the game, and pretty much saying like, I forgot who he was saying to, but hope they don't fuck you the way they fucked us, and just ranting about the game and calls. And UConn basketball communications director Bobby Mullen, I'll say that again, Bobby Mullen, so everyone knows who he is, demanded the deletion of the video that said this, and then threatened the reporters, saying he would, quote, ruin his life. The NCAA is considering possible postseason bans and loss of scholarship spots, and local law enforcement is also investigating the matter, as making threats is illegal in North Carolina. And since then, the NCAA has announced that Dan Hurley will be suspended for the first 3 games of next season, fined $20,000, and required to write an apology letter to the NCAA and Todd Golden. I'm guessing Todd Golden is that reporter. And this is regarding his comments and not... I think Todd Golden was the referee that Hurley was talking about. There's still nothing much about that threat yet, so I'll be intrigued to see. Do you think anything comes from that threat, or do you think that's just going to be left alone?
Probably left alone.
It might. So, yeah.
This is Todd Golden's a coach. Oh, he's Florida's coach.
Oh, duh. Interesting.
Huh.
I wonder why he has to write him an apology letter. It's an odd one.
Because he's saying that he lost due to the
Bad
refs,
refereeing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
instead of giving them their due diligence, I guess.
That's fair. All right, Alex, should we move on to college baseball?
Let's go. So,
Alrighty.
top 5 for the week. This is as of 3/24, so my birthday.
Woo!
Write it down. Write it down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Number 1, per usual, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Arkansas or Kansas, however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have a debate episode. Just random things
Ooh,
like that.
that would be fun. Maybe that's to come. More to come
3, that'd be pretty good. 3, Florida State. 4, Georgia. 5, Clemson.
Clemson is number 5 again.
You know,
Number 5 in basketball. Number 5 in baseball.
just dogs over there, or tigers, I guess, in their case. Top 5 mid majors. We got UC Irvine. They're 17-5 currently. Southern Miss 18-6. Troy, who is 18-6. Bless you.
Yep.
Excuse you. Whatever you want.
That was a cough. Sorry.
Troy 18-6. DBU 16-7. Coastal Carolina 17-7.
All right. So, fun fact off that. So, 2 of the teams that are ranked that we just listed between the top 5 and the top 5 mid majors, our buddy Nick pitched against played against last year, Tennessee, and then Southern Miss.
Hey.
Southern Miss was at second. It was the losers bracket game. And now going on to everyone's one of the highlights of our week, it is this week's hot and cold streaks. So in Division 1, Arkansas has a win streak of 7, and Harvard has a losing streak of 17. Division 2, Millersville has 11 wins, and Bloomfield with 23 losses. We will skip D3 because we have more to come on that.
I wonder what it could be.
NAIA. LSU Shreveport has extended to 29 straight wins. I believe they were 29-0 at the time I put this down. And Morris has lost 23 straight. And Division 3, Laverne has 16 wins. And back again, Yeshiva with 92 straight losses.
We've got to get it to 100.
So, apparently, have you heard of the dude Disarm on YouTube?
Yeah.
So, apparently, Yeshiva's playing some team coming up that's had, it was that other one that we were talking about in, the first episode that had, 50 straight losses at the time or something. Apparently, they're playing soon.
Ooh, boy. That's the game that should be on ESPN.
That's going to be on the Ocho.
Yes.
Put it on the Oach.
I love the intro.
Dude, how do you lose 92 straight baseball games? I mean, shit.
I think we ask this every week. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. Alex, we still have eligibility. Should we go play?
Let's go. Where even is Yeshiva?
I think it's in New York.
Let's see.
Yep, New York City, New York.
Private university in New York.
Yep, New Yorkers.
Guess.
Moving on to, I saw this cool stat on Twitter, is the team ERA leaders throughout the country. These are the 4 teams that, I think we're 4 or 5 weeks into college baseball now, have a sub-3 team ERA. Going backwards, number 4 is Oregon State at a 2.98. Florida State with a 2.90. Western Kentucky at a 2.79. And Tennessee at a 2.23 team ERA. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Another cool one I saw on Twitter, I thought everyone liked. I find a lot of my stuff on Twitter, just because there's always stuff there. It was a program comparison between the top 2 historical baseball programs, kind of who've been the 2 best. And I am intrigued here on everyone's opinion. And by everyone, I mean yours, Alex. And then I guess viewers and listeners, give us your opinion in the comments below. Thank you. So this is between Texas and LSU. They've kind of been 2 pretty dominant programs in the realm of college baseball throughout history. Texas has participated in 63 regionals, and from those regionals, they have made 38 College World Series appearances, and they have won 6 national titles. LSU has only made 36 regionals, has 19 College World Series appearances, but has 7 World Series titles. So, who's the better program? Who is the all-time top program, Alex? Between those two.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do the Michael or like the Jordan, LeBron debate and say LSU's got more titles.
Yeah.
But also, it is impressive to go to 63 regionals and 38. Texas has been to more College World Series than LSU's been to regionals. So
Yeah, that's my one argument.
and it's only one more title, but also
Yeah.
like,
They've done it in a lot less appearances, too.
right. That's another thing too.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can make the argument that like Texas has been there that many more times,
Yeah.
but also LSU's been there half as many times
Literally half as much.
and got one more title.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It
Yeah.
depends how you want to look at things.
I think they're pretty evenly matched, personally.
And the crazy thing is you could have a terrible team and then one year just have some dogs
Mm-hmm.
and win a World Series, like a College World Series or something.
Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, and then fall off the map again. And you're like, well,
Coastal Carolina.
So UNC Wilmington pitcher Cam Bagwell threw the team's first perfect game since 1968, and he went over Campbell. 7 innings, 0 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, 80 pitches.
Only 3 strikeouts?
80 pitches in 7 innings is pretty efficient. Since it was
Is
only
efficient.
7 innings, does it officially count?
Yeah. I think so.
Was it a run rule? I don't even remember.
I'll just assume so. I'll just assume that was a run rule.
That's what I would assume because they brought that back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which is not the worst thing in the world.
I think it'd be different if it was 5. I think 7's fine,
Mm-hmm.
especially in college.
I agree. I think 7's plenty. I mean...
Because don't they do 7-inning doubleheaders still?
I don't think so. I think they play 9s. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess that's another one you can take either way, depending on how you want to look at it.
So here's my thought, right? So it's not his fault that the game was only 7 innings, right? That's not he doesn't control that. He was dominant for 7 innings, and who's to say that he wouldn't have continued that for 2 more?
Right.
Obviously he wasn't at like 140 pitches. I mean, so obviously he was getting outs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Technically, he threw the whole game.
Yeah, he did. It was a complete game.
It just ended. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina pitcher Dylan Eskew, however you want to say it, was scratched from a start due to being placed in concussion protocol. What caused it? Any idea?
What caused it? Concussion protocol. He was riding an artificial ball at the bar the night before.
He was hit in the head by a home run ball that landed in the bullpen during batting practice the previous day. All right.
How do you... What? Was he not paying attention?
I
mean-
mean, if you're in the bullpen, you're not really looking out for him.
Yeah, but like...
You should have your POs on the warning track helping out.
Apparently no one was. That's funny.
No decorum shown.
No decorum.
This one's kind of interesting. The safety bag only counts as a base when running to first, so therefore, an Arizona runner was called out after standing up from a pickoff and placing his foot on only the safety bag. Is this the stupidest rule in college baseball now?
So hold on, so let me get this straight. So, kid gets picked off, right? Arizona kid fucking dives back in, goes to stand up and puts his foot on the safety bag and then stands up. And he was out?
Correct.
But the safety bag's there to be an extension of the base, correct?
Yeah, I think that's just when you're running to first, though. That way you don't have, like, the runners
There's-
stepping on
yeah.
ankles and things like that.
That's interesting.
I think as long as you make it clear, like not even like before the game, but like
Yeah.
here's a safety bag. It's
Yeah.
only good running to first on a ground ball, pop up, whatever.
Yeah.
Which-
It's probably written in the updated rule book, but I'm sure no one like reads it that perfect.
Right. So a question based off of that is if you hit a double in the gap and you run and you touch the safety bag on your way through, does that still count even though it's not running?
So if you only hit the safety bag instead of hitting the normal base,
First off, if you do that, your running base is wrong. So
you fucking
that's-
suck at running bases. You're not hitting the inside corner.
yeah. But,
But I hear what you're saying.
I'm guessing you're still running through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess only counts like during a hit, maybe. So then here's a question though. Then, so what if? So you know how like when you run through and if you make some sort of attempt towards second base, you have to fucking get back, or you can be tagged. You can be tagged out,
Right.
tug out, whatever. So if you dive back in and you go for that base, are you out or are you safe?
I would guess out. According to this.
So it sounds like this base only counts as a base when you are running through the base on a hit.
Yeah. How do you enforce, like, obviously, again, it's wrong, but if a guy
Yeah.
takes it and then runs it for a double, is that still the same thing as if you're just running it through? don't
I
know.
would guess. I would guess.
assume so, but again, figure yourself out. You're in college.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you're a college baseball player, do you like the idea of the safety bag?
I understand it. I like it, but I think it's more for younger kids because if you're in a college level, one, you're gonna have some of those guys that try to step on first baseman's ankles and stuff because they're mad they're 0 for 4 on a day.
Yeah.
But like, the next step is professional baseball, and they don't have that. So
yeah,
I think you're old enough and should be mature enough to just use a regular bag.
I agree. I think that. Yeah, I don't think that the safety bag is. I understand for like through high school even, but dude, by the time you're to college, like, come on, like, do you need a safety bag?
Yeah, me and you both. Well, you played first base in high school and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
Yep.
So, I played there my all 4 years. So, which you probably did too, but you're also right-handed, so you probably moved around a little bit.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of the run-ins, but it comes with the territory. You gotta,
Yeah.
you have to learn how to stretch and stuff to
Yeah.
not have that not happen.
Yeah, and you have to be ready to take a hit. That's part of the game. I mean, say it's a contact sport. You're going to get hit. I don't think the safety base is one that. I don't know. I understand it, but I don't. Because as a first baseman, I've had my ankle stepped on. It fucking hurts.
Right.
But at the same time, it's part of the game. It's like taking away hitting in football, right? Because it hurts. Well, guess what? That's part of the game. Like, I don't know.
I think for little kids to show, like, hey, you run over here on this side.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, little kids can get hurt worse.
Yeah, and they don't have as much of control of their body as
Those kids
adults.
won't have the wherewithal if a ball
Yeah.
is thrown left or right to stay out of the runner's way.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
I've had a bunch in my life where I had to run off the base, jump, and like tag him
Yeah,
instead of just staying right in his way and trying to
Yep.
stretch
yeah, I
and
agree.
catch it. So I think they probably could do without. I understand why being
Yeah.
proactive, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of
Yep.
holding them down a little too much. Like, oh, it's okay, guys. Here's your little base.
Yeah, I agree. I think like we've said, the safe base is a good idea, and I like the intention of it. I just don't think it is executed properly. I think it needs to be worked a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, MLB did the bigger bases, so they
Yeah.
did something like that.
Yep, I like the bigger bases.
I don't mind them. It was kind of weird at first, but
It's really not that big of a
it's the new
difference.
normal now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best backdrop in all of college baseball: Hawaii, BYU, Appalachian State. Have you seen any of those?
I have. Hawaii's a great one. Obviously, very nice backstrap. BYU is excellent with the mountains in the back.
Mhm.
Appalachian State, they have some beautiful trees. Appalachian State's cool in the fall when it's all like yellow and orange and red.
Yeah.
Appalachian State throughout the rest of the year, kind of iffy. Like right now, I'm sure fucking isn't like the greatest thing on earth. So not really like too keen on App State. Hawaii's always pretty, but I think BYU honestly might be the best.
That's so cool.
BYU's is so cool. Now, let's talk best backdrop in Major League Baseball.
Well, I haven't really been to a whole lot, but looking,
Mm-hmm.
like I know what you're gonna say. St. Louis is really cool.
St. Louis is cool, but it's not the best.
Pittsburgh's is really cool.
Yep, that's my favorite. Pittsburgh's is, I think, the coolest.
Cincinnati, it's not even the backdrop. It's like the Great American Building overlooking.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the front drop.
Yeah. Call it front drop. Front rise.
There you go.
I like that.
Well, like the Dodgers one's horrible. Like, it's just a freaking parking lot.
Yeah, it's a big parking lot.
San Francisco's got a cool one in right field with the bay.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
So that's not even like a backdrop, like sitting and looking out. It's
Yeah, that's fair.
knowing
That's
what's
true.
on the other side and the wall in right field.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I'd really like to go there.
I'd love to go sit in San Francisco.
I've been inside Tropicana, even though it's not a field right now.
Yeah.
But
It
there's no
got
real
blown
backdrop
down.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I liked it just because it's, like, obviously I didn't see a baseball game in there, but
Yeah.
like looking in there, like it'd be interesting to watch a game there just because you don't think of baseball as indoors.
No, it'd just be like being at whatever Miami's is.
Yeah. Globe Life. That'd be
Is that
really
Globe
cool.
Life?
No, Globe Life's is Texas. That would be cool.
That's right. Houston's indoors too, isn't it?
Minute Maid.
And Seattle, right? And Milwaukee.
Milwaukee is.
Yeah.
Seattle. I don't think Seattle is.
I thought Seattle was. Pretty sure
think
Seattle
so.
is. Maybe not.
Toronto. I really want to go to
Yeah.
Toronto.
Toronto would be a cool one, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, like backdrop. Going back to that, we kind of got off the
Yeah.
topic. Backdrop.
That's all
wise,
right.
Yeah, probably PNC.
Yeah, PNC. So BYU, the Mormons and the Pirates.
Hey,
Arg. So Alex, Alabama and Tennessee played this last week, and Alabama baseball head coach Rob Vaughn has been suspended for 4 games following an outburst against umpire Kevin Sweeney. And as part of the punishment, he will be fined $25,000 and required to write an apology letter to the umpire and Tennessee's coach Vitello. So this is now the second one that I'm seeing where there's an apology letter. Why are we writing fucking apology letters to each other?
I was just
like-
wondering the same thing as you were saying.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I understand it's a chance to, like, show, like, remorse for it, but, like, they're fucking adults, dude. Like, it's his job. Like, if Alabama loses, he loses his job. Like, it's not just shits and gigs. So, I don't understand that one.
I don't understand, like you said, the apology letters, because, I mean, I guess I kind of understand, but, like, with social media getting bigger, and that's kind of died down now, but, like, players, if they do something, having, like, social media apologies.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. Like our "you're shitting me" situation last week. And if you want to know what that is, go listen to the episode.
Yeah, right.
Go check it out. It's a great one. So, Alex, I saw this video this week, and I'm hoping you didn't, because I want you to guess. There are 7 ways to reach first base in a baseball game. Can you tell me what the 7 are?
I'm going to go with one that's not. So, I'm just going from drop, third, strike,
Yep.
walk,
Yep.
hit, obviously.
Yep.
Intentional walk, is that different than a walk?
Nope. Same thing.
Okay. Hit by pitch,
Yep.
it's 4.
Yep. You've got, what are your 4? You've got hit, walk,
Hit, walk,
hit by pitch.
drop, third, strike.
Okay. So you're missing the last 3. These 3 are a little bit harder to think of.
Okay, let's see. Does a balk count?
Nope. Because you
Okay.
can't reach first base on a balk.
If there's 3 balls, you can, right?
No.
Does that count as a ball?
No. Pretty sure it doesn't. That wasn't on the fucking list. So, unless Instagram Reels lied to me,
What else?
everything on there is true.
Yeah, everything on the internet is true.
Obviously.
Let's see. Oh, catcher's interference.
Damn, I didn't fucking think you'd get that one. That was the one I couldn't figure out. Fuck. You got the hardest one. Okay, you got 2 more still. I didn't think you'd think of catcher's interference. That's fucking impressive.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. That's the only reason why. What else could there be? Hold on.
I'm gonna let you think through this one until you just fucking can't think of it anymore.
Let's see.
Don't you dare unblack out my words either.
I'm not-
Don't you dare.
So, is this hitting to get to first base or just on first base?
Any way to get to first base.
So like a pinch runner?
No.
Nah.
No, you are the batter. Okay, so you're the batter.
Okay.
You're up to bat, and you reach first base.
Okay. I don't know.
You want the answers?
Give me one.
Error. Reach
Okay.
on error.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Reach on air.
This other one fucked with me too for a bit. This was the last one I was able to figure out before I fucking gave up and watched the end of the video. Oh, and for those of you that are wondering what I'm drinking tonight, we'll pull out the old can. We're drinking a beautiful Outlaw beer. Go ahead and pick them up. Excellent beer, excellent light beer. Sponsored by the man I'm wearing, Mr. Hardy. 105 calories in one beer. A lot lighter than everything else. So. Almost like a McUltra. Also, Outlaw Beer, please sponsor me. I would like.
You can't get to first base by fan interference or anything, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I've got you stumped. You want it or you want to guess?
I'm not. We're gonna spend 30 minutes just me sitting here. So give it to me.
Here it is. The final reason. Fielder's choice.
Oh my god.
Reached on Fielder's choice.
Yeah, I guess I kind of grouped that together with him.
Oh, that's no.
I know it's not, but
Yeah. So, a couple big wins this year. This fucking past week. Missouri State, home of the Bears, drops number 2 Arkansas 14-13 in 10 innings after putting up a 5 spot in the top of the ninth. So Arkansas is up 13-10. No, that was terrible fucking math. 13-8. Going to the top of the fucking ninth. Or it might have been up 10-5. I don't know, but they were up. Arkansas was up 5. Number 2 Arkansas at Arkansas. They're at Baum. Led up a 5 spot to Missouri Valley's to the Missouri Valley team of Missouri State. Going to the 10th inning tied, and Missouri State drops number 2 Arkansas. So Arkansas. Florida State beat in-state rival Florida with a walk-off grand slam by Alex Lodiz. Lodiz nuts.
all right.
To complete his cycle for that game too. So not only did he walk off a grand slam, he completed the cycle. That's fucked. And we also have a new college home run king now. So Pete Incaviglia is no longer the career home run leader from Oklahoma State. NAIA's Cumberlands, which is out of Kentucky, they're calling Charlie Munez passed Pete Incaviglia with career home run number 101.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of fucking home runs, dude. 101 in a career is crazy. Especially if this is 5th year, I get it, but you're still averaging like 20 a year at that point, 25 a year.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Fuck, that's a lot of home runs.
One of it, Rip.
Well, Alex, I think it's about time.
I think it's time.
I think it's time, everybody. All right. It is time, everybody, for this week's ear shit me situation of the week. Welcome, everybody, to this week's Ear Shitting Me Story of the Week, brought to you by Charmin Ultrasoft, Chico's Bail Bonds, and this week, Sig Sauer Firearms. A Brazil Regional 2nd Division club soccer game ended in quite the odd fashion, Mr. Alex Smith. Centro Oeste won 2-1 against Gremio Anápolis. So, hopefully I'm pronouncing these right. But afterwards, there was an on-field brawl between players of each team. Military police came onto the field and attempted to control the situation, and to do so, one police officer decided to draw his shotgun and point it towards several players. As tensions calmed, the officer extremely unexpectedly shot the goalkeeper of Gremio Anápolis in the leg with a rubber bullet, which caused severe damage to his thigh. The player was stretchered off the field, or pitch as they call it in soccer, and taken by ambulance to a medical center.
All right.
Dude, imagine getting shot on a soccer field. So I watched the fucking video, and if you're watching, they're kind of all just standing around at this point, and this officer's just pointing a shotgun at the guy, and then out of nowhere just shoots him in the fucking leg. The guys are like, "You won't shoot me, pussy. No, you won't fucking shoot me." And the dude's like, "All right, bet." And shot him in the fucking leg. At least there's a rubber bullet, not like birdshot or something, and didn't like tear his leg off. But what the fuck, dude? So apparently there is no shit. But yeah, apparently that officer is being investigated now, and I wonder why.
I don't know.
This was one of my favorite ones I fucking found so far.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, it's so hard to find these two. It's because they're just so random. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to search deep into Twitter to find this shit.
Yeah, that's
fucking shot in the
one.
leg.
That's definitely something that happens overseas.
That's some fucking Brazil shit right there.
Oh.
Well, everybody, what do you think, Al? Any other comments on this one, Alex, for you? I ain't got much other than the fact that, damn, that's crazy.
I want to hear a follow-up of what happens to that guy.
I think this was an older video.
Both the player and the cop. Okay, we need to search it in a little.
We'll have to figure out, see if the player was able to return. I mean, he was the goalkeeper, so I mean, as long as it wasn't like his kicking thigh, he might be okay.
We'll see.
So, all right, everybody, that was this week's Ear Shitting Me Story of the Week. All right, everybody, that was this week's Ear Shitting Me Story of the Week, brought to you by Charmin Ultrasoft, Chico's Bail Bonds, and now it all makes sense, 6 Sauer Firearms.
Hey, I don't get it.
So as you guys have fucking seen in the past episodes, every week is going to be brought to you by Charmin Ultrasoft and Chico's Bail Bonds. If you don't know, figure it out. Fucking, they're funny. But then the third sponsor is going to be one that is in some way, shape, or form related to the story. I thought that'd be fucking funny.
I do like that.
Yep.
So, lately I've been perusing YouTube,
Okay.
and just because I watch short little videos before I go to bed. Or something.
Sure. I like to do that too.
Do you know who Zach Hampel is?
I do know Zach Hampel.
Do we think he's the most hated person in baseball right now?
Dude, he's a dick, if we're being honest.
Okay, so for the viewers that don't know, this guy videos himself going to ballparks and catching. His big thing is like catching home run balls, foul balls. He like situates himself in certain spots and like goes to BP. Like it's a good thing. I'm guessing he did it because of backlash, but like his videos now is like he'll catch one and he'll like give them to kids once he catches a couple.
Oh, does he give them to kids now?
Yeah. So
he used to like steal them from kids, pretty much.
But, I'm guessing he probably got enough backlash where he'll catch it. He'll catch like he'll keep like the very first one that he gets, and then if another one's a milestone, he'll keep that one. But the other ones he'll give back to kids. So it makes it slightly better. I think the most hated person in baseball is
Rob Manfred.
Yeah, we have others that are probably worse.
Fuck, worse than him? I don't know, dude. I can't. Okay, he needs to go, or he's ruining the game. He's made some good changes. I don't know how I feel about the pitch clock still. I'm still very iffy on that.
Okay, I got one on that.
I
So
I think I know what you're going with.
I don't think you do.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
did you see the clip today?
I did, 'cause you were at the game. I know exactly where the
Yeah.
fuck you're going with this.
But that's not where I was going. But that's
Oh.
good too.
Did you participate in that?
No,
Aw,
it was cool
boo.
though. It was cool though. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
The Reds game. I am talking about the Reds game.
Okay.
They told us at the end the game time was 2 hours and 23 minutes.
I don't like that, dude. A baseball game needs to be 3 hours.
I get what you're saying, and when they first introduced it, I thought that it was going to be like felt rushed and like the game was just like
Yeah.
rushed and not as cool. There you go. But like I'm 100% in the boat with you where
Yeah.
if it takes 4 hours to play a baseball game, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
But for
You're cutting out,
typical-
Alex.
oh man,
Oh no, we're losing Alex. Wait. Your video is pretty blurry, but I think we can hear you. I think you're kind of back. Maybe you're getting
Can you hear me?
tornadoed. Yep, I can hear
Probably.
you. Can you hear me?
yeah, are we good?
Your video and audio aren't very caught up. But you can just go ahead.
Am I back? I am back.
I mean, kind of, but go ahead. We're good. Fuck it. It'll catch up.
Okay. I don't remember where I was going with this. Oh,
We're talking
it
about
doesn't-
pitch clock.
Yeah, it doesn't feel rushed. It
Okay.
just feels like it just moves along at a quicker pace. It doesn't feel rushed or anything, which is awesome.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. I don't mind a 4-hour game. Now, when there's ball games that are taking 5-6 hours for a 9-inning game, or even a 10-inning game, I get that gets long. But baseball games should not be taking 2 hours, in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing. Baseball games have always been, and in my opinion, always should be. It's what you do for the fucking day, right? You don't like go do stuff and then go to the ball game. I mean, that's like a 7 o'clock start, but like if it's like a fucking 1 o'clock game on a Saturday, that's like your daily activity. You get up, then you leave by 9, get downtown, you park, you go find something to eat, you go walk around the stadium, you get there right as the gates open, you walk through the stadium, look at the shop, you get in your seats, watch batting practice, and I hate that you can't fucking even watch batting practice anymore because of how late they open now. It used to be like 2 or 2.5 hours. Now it's only an hour and a half before you can't even watch BP anymore. But it's a day thing. You go get a plate of nachos, you get a beer, you get an ice cream. Yeah. So I just don't like how rushed it is. And speaking of desserts, Alex, you and I talked about something a couple days ago that we mentioned last episode. And if you guys want to know go ahead and then I'll do my spiel.
About it?
Yep, go ahead and talk about it.
All right, so last week we talked about Yankees instilling a new dessert of the tiramisu in a Yankees mini helmet.
Yep.
And I actually found out and told Tyler this week of how much it actually cost because I watched a video of a guy that claimed to be the first person to try it.
So if you guys want to know our guesses, pause the video or pause the podcast and finish the podcast however you want. But go back and listen to last week's episode because it was a good episode and we have our guests in there. So Alex, what was the actual cost?
$13.
Wow, that's
Way
really not
off.
that fucking. That's not fucking bad.
No.
That's not terrible. I mean, tiramisu at a restaurant's that much, and you're getting a cool helmet. Look, got my helmet right here.
Yeah, like one of those.
Yep, I got a couple of these. Those are from Dippin' Dots.
There we go.
Yep. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick. I think we're on. You know where we're at, Alex?
Where are we at?
I can. This one's technically one that, but I'll talk about it. So an old commercial has been brought back. Have you seen this, Alex?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You want to go? You can do it if you know.
Yeah,
If you know, you know.
So I don't even know when they first put it out, and it was funny.
Dude, it's old.
It was funny when they first put it out.
Yeah.
So this is the Geico pig when they talked about does the pig say wee 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 all the way home.
That one.
So when I first heard it March Madness started, I was like, "Oh, that's funny. They brought it back," but I didn't know it was going to be on every single time there was a commercial.
It's every freaking dude. It is constant. Again, it was funny the first time or two. And I was like, oh it's just like,
Yeah, I could, I could be watching a game and then kind of not lose interest, but like
yeah,
start cooking or making a snack or something,
yep.
and then all of a sudden I hear the wee, like what the hell?
They use the back to pig going wee, and this
Yeah.
little fucking pinwheel thing.
Like it's funny, like maybe a couple times. Then after that, you're like, all right,
And it's like, all right, I'm ready for bacon.
yeah, right.
Somebody rev up those fires, because I am.
Yeah. Speaking of fryers,
Fryers. Oh, that's a nice segue.
hey, fryers, fried.
Wow, that's a. Holy, what a segue.
Thank you. Okay, it'll make sense in a second. D3 SUNY Mooresville installs college football's first all-black turf field. How many kids will die of heat stroke from this?
So, as somebody who works in the world of sports medicine as an athletic trainer, whoever the. Okay. This is my personal opinion. This is not a professional opinion. This is not a medical opinion. This is not the opinion of anyone that I'm affiliated with. This is my opinion as someone who just knows sports. What the fuck?
That's
Come on! Like, really? Like, Boise State's blue is enough. Why are we going fucking all black?
somebody did not think that through. Somebody,
No, they did not.
Whoever thought of it and whoever okayed it is not are not sports people.
They sit inside at their desk, put their feet up on it, fucking drink coffee, and wear Converse.
Yeah, and they say, yeah, that would look pretty cool on our campus.
Yo, this will be good on social media, bruh.
Yeah,
Fucking wow. That's impressive.
Hold on, I want to see this.
Yeah, let's pull this up. So we'll picture this.
SUNY, what, Mooresville?
Mooresville. Pulling this up too. Oh my god.
Yep.
That's dark. Wow. I mean, that's brutal.
Do they? Did they not consult anybody with this?
I don't think they consulted a fucking person on this. Now, I'm guessing whoever puts in turf field's like, all right, guys are writing the check. Fucking do it. Screw it. Don't want to lose the contract.
Are you sure? Yeah, why? Okay.
Alex, I have one thing to say to this. You're shitting me.
I was just gonna say this could have been "Are you shitting me?" situation because
It
oh
will.
my,
It will be when the first person has a fucking heat stroke from it.
it's so around here. It's been I don't know. Obviously, like besides like yesterday and a couple days ago,
Yeah.
it's been sitting around 55, 60, and you
Yeah.
can tell it. You can tell it's warmer on turf even when it's 60 degrees outside.
So, my turf story. So, when I was 15, I was 15 years old. We took a summer travel baseball trip to Manhattan, Kansas, home of the Kansas State Wildcats. And we played on their turf field in fucking late July, early August in Kansas. The turf temperature taken by the fucking grounds crew at game time, at the start time, was 140 something degrees.
Oh my!
I stood in the outfield. I'm going to take off my headphones. So everyone, you need to go watch the episode for this. Okay, this is where you need to watch the episode. So go check out the YouTube. It's 2 Guys 1 Week, same logo you see fucking everywhere else. This is what I had to do in the outfield for 7 innings on that turf. Oh my god. But dude, it was brutal. It was terrible. And that field was green.
Yeah. So imagine just how much hotter it would be on black.
Oh yeah. Dude, it was brutal. Yeah. So, Alex, here's a funny one. because I'm from Missouri, I got to see this one. The Missouri Supreme Court has appointed a new judge, and here's the new judge's name: the Honorable Ginger Gooch.
I get you probably can't discriminate with name and stuff, but like, if you're the person, or if you're the hopefully there's a board that picks the name.
Yeah.
You've got to see that and be like,
Is this the right look?
Are they going to get taken seriously?
Excuse me, Judge Gooch.
Yeah. Madam Gooch.
Mrs. Gooch.
Oh,
Imagine that's her married name. She married into that.
If so, that's one luck. That guy's got to have a lot of money or something
No shit.
for her to be like, yeah, sure. Yep, that's my new name now. Especially with her name being Ginger.
Ginger Gooch.
Shooey.
That sounds like a name of a stripper. No offense, Honorable, to Judge Ginger Gooch. No offense.
Yeah,
Sounds like a stripper name.
yeah, if we ever get in trouble over there, we didn't mean it. We're just kidding.
It's a joke. Hey, if you're mad about this, you obviously didn't listen to the introduction of the podcast.
Exactly. Shouldn't listen this far.
You should just turn it off right now and go find something else to fucking listen to, because golly, Ginger Gooch.
All right. Well, let's PG this a little bit more.
All right, we'll PG this.
So there is a sport called.
Wait, what's wrong with Ginger Gooch?
You know what? I don't know.
Anywho, sorry.
That's like my MLB The Show character. Like, what's wrong with Jack?
What is his last name? Meathoff?
Yep.
Oh, did you see that story from Cincinnati, the Publix?
No.
You didn't see that?
No. I know there's a Publix that opened.
So, oh my god, what's your guys' big news station down there? Like KMO V5 or something?
WLWT5.
Yeah. I think it was that one.
There's 5, 9, 12, and 19.
So, whichever fucking one it was, they went to the grand opening of the Publix, and they interviewed a guy, and he made it onto the news as Jack Mehoff. You need look up Publix Jack Mehoff, Mehoff. The guy made it on the freaking news. I'm gonna find on my phone.
First Publix customer interviewed by WOT has an ... interesting name. This is on Reddit. This is Jack Mehoff. That's awesome.
I'm gonna find the fucking video on YouTube for you guys to listen to. Here it is. Hang on, we have an ad here. I'm not playing it because they don't sponsor us.
First customer who got in line at 4 a.m.
I'm a Florida resident, so I know Publix, but I got my friend here, John Borg. He's never been to a Publix before, so I came and brought him out.
So, the Big Mac. Oh, what? I don't want to listen to Max. Not the meat guy. I'm gonna find it. And we're gonna put it up on the screen for you. So, here you go, Alex. Here's the interview showing Mr.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up right now. It's so funny.
Jack Mehoff is crazy.
That's awesome.
Can't believe that made it on the frickin' news. Anywho, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, back to your segment. I apologize for interrupting.
All right. You guys can uncover your kids' ears if they're listening.
We're going PG here.
Okay. There's a sport called the Balloon World Cup, and it is the balloon keep-up game we all played as kids. They have obstacles in the room, such as chairs, couches, Pac-Man games, and even a hatchback car, which I thought was wild. There's a car in there. But
who doesn't have a car in their room?
Looks, yeah, you're right. Looks
look,
sick, and it's got to be on. It's got to be on the Ocho. See, I got a million of them around here somewhere.
I'll bet. So, Balloon World Cup, is that the one where you like fucking dive and you have to play keep up with the balloon?
Yeah, it
dude,
looks like a big
that was
box.
my shit as a kid.
That's so funny because I remember playing that with like my cousin when I was younger, and what I've learned in life is stuff that I thought like I was like, oh, I'm a genius. Is like,
yeah.
Oh, everybody else did that too. Come on.
I feel like I've never had an original experience.
Right. So I think I've told you about this. When I was probably in middle school.
Okay.
Me and my family, we went and stayed in a cabin, and I was trying to figure out what to make for dinner, and I was like, I want something different, something we never usually have. I was like,
Sure.
what if we made grilled cheeses, but put a burger in it?
He told me about that.
Like a grilled cheeseburger. Like that sounds. And then like 6 months to a year later, I found out that it's just a patty melt.
How bad did that hurt?
I was so upset. I was like, oh, we could make this a whole restaurant. $1 million idea, and then
Everyone else is already fucking doing it. I'll tell you what. The one thing I fucking learned in life, dude, it was when I worked at a pizza shop. Breadsticks dipped into Alfredo sauce.
oh yeah, you do that at Olive Garden.
I don't dip my breadsticks.
Oh well, you can get like an Alfredo boat for your breadsticks.
Doesn't that cost extra though?
I mean, yes, but I'm just saying, like, it's a thing.
Dude, I'm cheap. We know this.
We know. But moving on. I love this one. 5'5" Lucas Bird wins the 133-pound D1 Wrestling National Championship and proceeds to hug his 6'3" girlfriend.
That dude's a short king, bro.
Yep.
Bro, dude, that's crazy. Did he have to get up on a ladder?
He probably climbed her. Never mind.
Keep it PG.
Yep.
So you're saying he mounted?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I've always I've heard guys talk about like women taller, like dating women taller than them. I'm like,
So here's the thing. For me, I don't think I'd be a fan because I'm already like 6'2", almost
Yeah.
6'3". So I don't need like a 6'6" girl. I'd be like, I'd be just fucking staring up into space.
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, D1 babies.
Exactly.
Sticking on wrestling, Alex, the heavyweight national title was done this past week, and it's had a lot of attention around it for many reasons. But the big one I saw was Gable Stevenson, who was the heavyweight favorite and a former Olympic gold medalist, was beaten by Wyatt Henderson of Oklahoma State. And if you watch the match, I don't know, how much do you know about wrestling? Do you know enough about wrestling or not really?
I know Gable just because of Mason Paris.
Okay.
I know
So,
he's wrestled a couple
like,
times.
scoring-wise, do you understand, like, when you're watching a match, how everything works?
Not at all. I know a pin.
Okay.
That's about it.
So, I've learned a bit of it because of my job. It was actually a pretty electric match. I watched it. It was pretty sick. I actually fucking really dug watching it. But yeah, it was cool to watch him win because dude was fucking, like, lit up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the final one on the old docket tonight, the University of Tennessee now holds the record for the fastest pitch in both baseball and softball. For baseball, it was Ben Joyce a couple years ago at 105 mile an hour. And this year, softball pitcher Carlin Pickens sets the record for the fastest recorded pitch at 78.2 miles per hour. Is that faster or slower than you were anticipating? Or is it right on the mark?
I don't know what I was thinking, but I remember watching like sports science videos and stuff
Yeah.
that showed like the translation. So
The MLB equivalent was like 112 or 113. It's just fucking nuts.
that's wild.
But it's a bigger ball, so you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. It's obviously impressive. It's about where I was fucking expecting. I was expecting between like 78 and 80 would be the max. Apparently this girl is closing in on 80 though. Apparently she's probably going to hit it. Apparently she got some really good arm speed. So, but yeah, I mean that was crazy.
That's impressive.
Yep. Ooh, another one I noticed. Since this just happened the last day or two, have you heard about this MIT? I think he was an MIT guy, or maybe a Princeton guy that's creating the bats for the Yankees.
Oh, I seen that.
The new like flare bats, whatever they're called. What do they call them? Where he like puts it's. For those of you who don't know, it almost looks like a bowling pin now.
That's what I was gonna say.
It looks like a bowling pin, and the object of it is to put the most amount of mass behind where these players are typically making contact with the ball on the fucking bat. And they start off their game against the Brewers, 3 pitches, 3 home runs, back to back to back.
Off of who?
I didn't see that. Who was it?
Nestor Cortez. Former Yankee.
But he wishes he wouldn't have left the Bronx.
3 pitches.
3 home runs, started by former Cardinal Paul Goldschmidt, who's leading off for the Yankees, funny enough.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd.
I thought that was a little odd, too. I wouldn't see him as a leadoff hitter.
But how long till those bats are banned or completely used by everybody?
Can you ban them? I mean, is it... Well, here's what's funny. The Yankees did this where they bitched about fucking George Brett and his little bit of pine tar. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I think it's whoever thought of it. I mean, how the fuck did we not think about that before? So it's a pretty basic idea. But yeah, I mean, I'd be intrigued if they would put this in like a scientific setting and actually like, test its ability to hit the ball further, or if it's just like a psychological thing where they feel more confident to have some sort of like upward trajectory with their swing, or like their on plane angle is fucking a little bit higher, so like, they're hitting up on the ball. Maybe it affects like swing speed and bat speed. I don't know. It'd be intriguing to do some testing on this.
Let's take bets on how long it takes for baseball bat bros to do a video on it.
Have you seen his series? Is he the one doing the series like the hitting a home run off 100-mile-an-hour series?
Yeah, I saw. That's not one I saw was 90. And he didn't.
Yeah,
get
I
it,
say he's still on the 90. He's 0 for 2 right now. So spoiler alert. Well, not really spoiler because he'll have been out with him by now. But yeah, well, I don't know. I'm sure he'll come up with one soon. I would think in the next week or two.
Probably.
So does this get banned this season though? Do these get banned this season? I mean,
I have no idea. I don't know how fast. So, I think the Yankees only scored 3 runs today. So I think,
yeah,
that they're probably just gonna let it ride, and then
over
the off season figure it out.
Yeah, I mean you can't really change it in the middle of a season. I don't think. I think it's early enough if they really wanted to do like a really premature pulling of the trigger, they could just ban it. But I also don't. If it's not a rule, can they change? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a rule yet. Maybe they'll amend that in the off season. I guess it depends if the Yankees get like a fuck ton of home runs and win the World Series this year. I mean, if they do, then like okay, maybe I'll look at what it was, because like in the past we've had balls that were a little juiced. It fucking seemed like, and so it'd be.
But also,
to see.
like, is there a rule against having a bat looking like that?
No, I don't know if that's through bat modification or. You know what I mean? Like
because I would put that on the same category as like axe bats, like and you see people using
the axe handle,
different knobs and stuff now.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's not like they're not corking the bat by any means. They're not doing anything to like, you know what I mean? They're not doing anything to like change the chemistry of it or any way.
Yeah.
Or the weighting of it. It's just where the weight's placed. So as long as it still conforms to like whatever the fucking standards are for. Major League Baseball, like then yeah, I feel like it should be fucking just fine.
Right, I agree.
Yep. So, all right, Alex, you got anything else for us today, buddy?
I do not.
I don't really have anything else. So, everyone, that is our show for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. As we always appreciate you spending your time with us. We'll have a new episode every Wednesday morning at 4 a.m. for you guys right here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and now also on YouTube. This will be the second week in a row you guys will be able to see us live on video. Hello. So be sure to check us out on YouTube or on Spotify where you can see it. Also Apple Podcasts, please be sure to check us out there because we're not getting like any freaking views on there. Also please be sure to like the episode, give us a rating, drop a comment, and follow us on our social medias and all of our wherever you listen to podcasts. Our social medias are as follows. Instagram is 2guys1week. TikTok is 2guys1weekpod. X/Twitter is TGOW, all caps, so all caps TGOW and then lowercase pod. And then the YouTube is 2 Guys 1 Week. Everyone is going to have the same logo that you see, where it's the fucking just the two of us and the neon fucking light around it, so you guys will see that there. So yeah, make sure to follow us, reach out, and yeah, we appreciate you guys for listening. Thank you so much, and we will see you all next time.
See you guys.